Everyone, this is Way here, and in today's video, we will talk about top 6 exciting reasons to actually learn Korean, and there's actually benefit to learning it. In today's video, we will go and see what's actually inside and many more. Korean or Hangul is actually pretty useful because a lot of people are learning it to actually see the culture, communicating, because once you know a language, you can actually communicate with many people and all the culture and see the reference. And a lot of people learn this language because it is actually well known and people love it. And even though the pronunciation might be a little bit similar to English, it has similar grammar to English, but it is a little bit different. But still, once you know the grammar and structure, you can actually learn the language pretty well. Number 2, you can actually watch movie. For example, the reason that you can actually learn Hangul or Korean is that you can actually watch movies such as PARISITE and many other. Some movies that are really well known around the state and middle country is the PARISITE, which you already have heard of, which is really popular. And you have Train to Busan, which a lot of you have actually know. And it was pretty fascinating because I remember when I watched Train to Busan, it was interesting to see the main character actually doing so many things. And you can actually search it about when the zombie were actually doing. I mean, zombie movies are supposed to be zombie are coming for it, but it was really different because the zombie was actually there were many amount, and the infection was pretty going really wild. And when I watched the movie, first episode, 3rd to 5th, I was like, wow. And then the movie kept going and seeing alternative and many other. Number 3, you can actually travel to Korea. So, have you already know, Korea is actually used to be, there used to be only one Korea, but now it became divided between North and South Korea. So South Korea is the one that's actually producing many more. You can actually communicate, talk to the local, and many others, see the difference. You can do many things, eat food, cook, and many other. There's different varieties in the state. There's different food specialty. You probably heard of kimchi before, which is, some people say it's really good, and some people have ever tried. But if you have the chance, just try it because kimchi is okay. It's the bomb. It really depends how they make it. There can be spicy kimchi, many other. Top 4 to actually learn the language is actually the Korean wave, as you already know. You probably heard of BTS and many other, Jimmy and many other, and the music and the song actually coming out is pretty awesome, and a lot of people are actually doing it. When you actually start with the music, you can listen to it, and it is actually well known. There's many culture, product, exporting, and many others. If you actually tend to learn Hangul, you can actually listen to the music. Not have to translate the lyrics back to English, which sometimes can be confusing. But once you know the language, you can actually sing along. Not actually sing in English and kind of throw you off a little bit. So you know, the alphabet the alphabet in Hangul is actually pretty much easy because Hangul technically has 28 letters, which are insane compared to Latin alphabet, which has more 28 alphabet. A lot of languages have similar alphabet, but they have long alphabet and they're kind of tough to learn. So once you know the 28 alphabet, you're pretty much set. You can actually the structure, the grammar, how to write it, and then you're good. The structure can be really good. The alphabet is relatively easy. It's the easiest step ever, but once you actually know the alphabet, you can actually go into in-depth the study of the culture and the language. Korean is actually considered to be the most logical, best writing system in the world because it is not really easy. Because it is actually easy to write compared to other languages, and it is actually well known. Korea actually become a major player. There's so many actually culture being exported. The appliance that you're using is probably from Korea, Samsung, Hyundai, and many others, and it's actually pretty well known. There's so many exported products which we use on a daily basis. Language is pretty much easy to speak, such as 안녕하세요, 주님, 인주입니다, which I actually taking a 1 or 2 courses, but it was okay. So I guess 감사합니다, it's pretty easy, and 주님, 인주입니다. If you need to first learn the alphabet, the pronunciation, and then you can actually start to practice. But if you didn't know, me, you can actually have a hard time because of the way that they pronounce it, but pretty much it's relatively easy. The reason is the music that is actually being exported around the world, such as K-pop and many others. You can actually understand the movie and not having to read the subtitle, which I used to. And then I'm not saying it's bad, but reading the subtitle kind of like you actually put your eye a little bit like this. It can actually be really tough. So you want to actually learn the language and see how it goes. But if you actually start reading the subtitle, it can be like really tough to actually keep reading and actually pay attention. And then sometimes they make mistakes. The script is kind of actually off. So you learn to actually learn Korean. It can be pretty fun. You know, discovering new culture, new food, communicating, movies such as Parasite and many others. Train to Busan, which I personally think you should definitely watch. Link in the description, and many others. So thanks for watching this video. Give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.